I fuck with Kuminga, but like Jeff was right, bro. You kind of the bag.
Gone.
Jeff Teague's brutally honest assessment of Jonathan Kuminga's $13 million move to the Timberwolves dropped a bomb on the NBA world. To say he's not feeling Kuminga's decision is an understatement. Teague, a seasoned veteran who knows the ins and outs of NBA locker rooms and contract negotiations, suggests Kuminga might have misplayed his hand, potentially leaving a much bigger bag on the table in Golden State. He implies Kuminga's focus on scoring and getting paid clashed with the Warriors' long-term vision, and what they just said proves exactly why.
Like we interviewed Jason Tatum that day, we all talked about that downstairs, but hopefully he comfortable with it. So shit, make it work, bro.
Nah, well said, man. Should be in a good situation. Teague, how you feel about the Timberwolves now with him in the starting lineup? You something?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Not moved at all by that?
Nah.
Teague's dismissive, nah, oh, okay, not moved at all by that, when asked about Kuminga starting in Minnesota, speaks volumes. It's not just a casual shrug. It's a veteran's unfiltered take on a player's perceived value and fit. This isn't just about Kuminga's talent, it's about his role and potential impact within a system. But here's what makes this even crazier. Teague's lack of enthusiasm isn't coming from a place of animosity, but rather a deep understanding of NBA roster construction and player development.
Nah. That's too much basketball. Kuminga a scorer, like want to be a scorer. I'm not saying he can't score, he can score, but he want to be a scorer. Jaden McDaniels was just starting to flourish, right?
Yeah.
The Minnesota Timberwolves entered the 2024 offseason with considerable luxury tax concerns, exacerbated by significant contracts for Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert, and Anthony Edwards. McDaniels himself signed a 5-year, $131 million extension that began with the 2024-25 season, making him a critical part of their long-term financial picture. Adding Kuminga, whose rookie-scale contract was extended for 4 years and $104 million in October 2024, meant the Wolves were committing over $500 million to 5 players. This fiscal commitment alone highlighted the difficulty of accommodating another high-usage forward without sacrificing depth or incurring even steeper penalties.
Jaden McDaniels was just starting to flourish, right?
Yeah.
As a small forward. So now he's going to be kind of at the 4. I kind of like him being a third, second option as a scorer. You know, him and LaMelo can go back and forth. LaMelo can score, but I thought Jaden McDaniels was going to take another leap, being like a 20-point scorer, and he still can. But I feel like Kuminga, his role, and the only thing that he tries to do is...
The trade of Jonathan Kuminga, finalized on July 18, 2026, certainly shifts the power dynamics in the Timberwolves frontcourt. Jaden McDaniels, who averaged 17.8 points per game last season, now faces a challenge to his established role, especially considering Kuminga's consistent desire for more offensive touches, which was a point of contention in Golden State. Furthermore, Kuminga's arrival creates a logjam at the wing and forward spots, potentially impacting playing time for players like Kyle Anderson, who is entering the final year of his contract signed on July 6, 2022. The financial implications are also substantial, as Kuminga's 4-year, $120 million contract extension, signed on October 20, 2025, adds considerable salary to a team already near the luxury tax threshold. This could restrict future roster flexibility for Minnesota.
Yeah.
Like, what he lost, 125 or something like that?
Yeah, gonna say
he turned down 20, 30 a year. So
from Golden State, whatever the offer was.
The shocking revelation about Kuminga's alleged financial decision completely shifts the perspective. He lost 125 or something like that. He turned down $20.30 a year from Golden State. If true, Kuminga left an astonishing amount of money on the table, reportedly turning down a 3-year, $75 million extension from the Warriors to sign a 2-year, $13 million deal in Minnesota. That's a staggering difference, indicating a massive gamble on his part. This move isn't just about fit, it's a high-stakes bet on himself, but one that comes with significant financial consequences. Now, most people hear that and think Kuminga made a massive mistake. But watch what happens next.
You know, him and his team, I don't know. I don't care really, but obviously getting a 2-year, $13 million, and you a young player like that,
yeah,
you trying to go, you trying to get back to it. Yeah.
Nah, understood. He trying to get that chicken back for sure. Yeah, the Timberwolves are loaded though. You look at Terrence Shannon, who played really well for them in the postseason. Io off the bench.
Kuminga's new deal with the Timberwolves is a short-term gamble. He's effectively betting that a more prominent role will earn him a significant raise in July 2028. This strategy indicates he wasn't finding enough touches with the Warriors, who drafted him with the 7th overall pick in the 2021 NBA draft. That draft was 3 years and 63 days ago. For Minnesota, this represents a low-risk acquisition, adding a promising talent without a long-term financial commitment. However, it also means they'll be competing to re-sign him against other teams in 2 years. Now Teague, with his veteran perspective, has a strong take on this move.
Shannon, who played really well for them in the postseason, Io off the bench.
I like Io. I like Terrence Shannon more than you just give him the starting spot, Kuminga.
Teague's sharp response highlights the intense competition for minutes on the Timberwolves roster. Kuminga, after signing a 3-year, $45 million extension in October 2025, arrives in Minnesota with high expectations. But established players like Io Dosunmu, who averaged 12.1 points and 3.4 assists in the 2002-2025 season, won't concede their roles easily. The Wolves are built on a deep rotation, and Kuminga will need to demonstrate significant defensive improvement to earn the star spot he's reportedly seeking, particularly given their recent Western Conference Finals appearance in May 2026. This move suggests Kuminga might be underestimating the challenge of proving his worth within a championship-contending framework. The next clip offers a completely different take on Kuminga's motivations.
Hey, Terrence Shannon more than you just give him the starting spot, Kuminga.
I mean, obviously we'll see what happens, but that's what's projected as of right now. But we'll see.
I'm sure he signed there because they probably promised him that he was going to start.
Yeah.
Kuminga's new Timberwolves contract, reportedly a 3-year deal worth $48 million, appears tied to a starting role. This move, initiated during the 2026 offseason, shifts the dynamic significantly for Minnesota's forward rotation. It also suggests that Kuminga, whose projected market value was significantly higher, prioritized immediate playing time over a larger financial commitment from other teams this summer. This decision from the former lottery pick could potentially bench another veteran forward, creating an interesting locker room situation as training camp approaches in September.
And that could be a scary team.
He got to buy in,
he got
That's who got to buy in.
His role going to have to be but Jaden McDaniels played defense because he just loved playing defense.
Yeah.
He's going to have to take.
Teague is pointing to the inherent difference between a skilled defender and a truly committed one. McDaniels, currently in the first season of his 5-year, $131 million extension signed on October 23, 2023, is an example of the latter, consistently taking on opposing teams' top perimeter threats. Kuminga, by contrast, has seen his defensive effort waver, particularly during the 2024-25 season where his defensive rating climbed to 115.8. For Kuminga to be impactful in this new role, his defensive approach needs to transform from assignment to identity, mimicking the relentless focus McDaniels displays nightly.
They're going to have to be like, hey, we both lock up.
Yeah.
And that's the only way that's going to work.
Floor.
Yeah.
I lock up. Yeah.
Open threes.
He's going to have to be Karolinko for real.
Yeah. And I think the environment going to make him do that. Like you said, he takes pride on defense. You got to take pride.
Yeah, Kuminga play defense, though.
What's that?
Yeah, super athlete, bro.
I'll tell you what, though. They going to have some highlight tapes out there, boy.
Oh, yeah, he's
for sure.
super.
Jonathan Kuminga's potential defensive transformation to an Andre Karolinko-level stopper is an incredibly ambitious goal. Karolinko, a 3-time NBA All-Defensive Team member, averaged 2 blocks and 1.7 steals per game over his 13-year career. Kuminga, however, averaged just 0.5 blocks and 0.5 steals in the 2025-26 season. This defensive jump would represent a radical shift from his offensive focus where he averaged 14.8 points per game last season and signed a 4-year $96 million contract extension on October 21, 2025. This would necessitate a significant change in his on-court role and identity, a challenge for any player, let alone one with his scoring pedigree.
Team for sure.
But I'm very interested.
I see what Jeff's saying, though. Like, shit, it's hard getting a 20-piece on that squad.
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, because AE,
he's getting his.
He getting 28, 29.
Yeah.
LaMelo's a 20-point scorer.
That's true, bro.
And then now you got Jaden, who was...
Teague's assessment highlights a real challenge for Kuminga, who, as a restricted free agent, just signed a 4-year $94 million deal with the Timberwolves on August 20, 2026. Last season, Anthony Edwards actually averaged 29.5 points per game, making him the dominant offensive force in Minnesota. While LaMelo Ball's addition this past offseason via trade from the Charlotte Hornets provides another dynamic playmaker, it also means Kuminga will be sharing the court with 2 players who regularly commanded over 20 field goal attempts each last year. This move clearly prioritizes Kuminga's defensive versatility and athleticism over high-volume scoring opportunities.
Then now
Everybody
you
else
got
fall in
Jaden,
line.
who was. Man, it's not time for Jaden McDaniels to fall in line. It's time for him to kind of.
Flourish and
Yeah, man. He was on the verge.
It's about 17.
The conversation here completely overlooks the defensive impact McDaniels brings, something Kuminga has yet to consistently demonstrate. Jaden's two-way production last season, averaging 1.3 blocks and 1.1 steals per game, made him indispensable. Furthermore, McDaniels signed his 5-year, $136 million extension on October 23, 2023, signaling a long-term commitment that adding Kuminga now could complicate financially and rotationally. The Timberwolves, if they pursue this trade, are banking heavily on Kuminga's upside at the expense of proven production, creating potential chemistry issues in a locker room that finally seemed to find its rhythm.
That's what the kid had to do.
Hey,
Now,
now
fresh air, now he averaged 20.
be hitting
not
on the
feeling-
mellow ball. I'm excited. I got a lot of options on my team now.
Yeah.
It's cool to average 15 when you play with Anthony Edwards, bro. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's
but
good for 30.
but he was on the verge. His postseason, bro.
But we know why.
The critical decision by Kuminga to leave the Warriors for the Timberwolves, signing a 4-year, $90 million deal on July 14, 2026, was always going to be scrutinized. While he aspired to increase his 2025-26 season average of 14.8 points per game, the presence of Anthony Edwards and Karl Anthony Towns already commanding significant touches limits his opportunity. This isn't just about scoring. It's about the broader impact on his growth in a system where he might become the 4th or 5th option. The pressure now mounts on coach Chris Finch to craft a role that genuinely expands Kuminga's game, beyond just being a complementary scorer, a challenge that wasn't as pronounced in Golden State's more fluid offensive sets.
He was hurt.
But Julius Randle left. It was
That's a
supposed to
big
be,
chunk, bro.
It is, but we brought in
That's 14
We brought
shots.
in LaMelo
gone.
first and foremost.
LaMelo Ball. We ain't just take Julius Randle out and now we saying we relying on you. We brought
Yeah.
LaMelo Ball.
We lost Nas,
That's 20.
lost Julius Randle.
That was supposed to be my 20.
Well,
The hosts argue that LaMelo Ball's arrival in the 2020 NBA draft, the same year the Hornets moved on from Randle, didn't create the offensive vacuum some expected. Ball's considerable usage rate and playmaking responsibilities from his rookie season, averaging 15.7 points and 6.1 assists per game, meant a significant share of the offensive pie was already allocated. This scenario, even after Randle's departure for New York in August 2021, presented a crowded offensive picture in Charlotte, challenging any new arrival to immediately find their footing and consistent shot opportunities.
That was supposed to be my 20.
well,
It's there.
I was
Go
supposed
get
to
it.
take 9 shots, cuz.
The hosts confirm the internal competition. It's there. I was going to take Nas shots because. This small pointed comment shows that even within the current roster, players like Nas Reed are vying for offensive opportunities. Kuminga's arrival adds another mouth to feed, intensifying an already competitive environment. His desire to be the guy is clashing with the reality of multiple players who have already earned their stripes, and are looking for increased roles themselves. The idea that Kuminga can simply walk in and take a substantial chunk of shots away from these established players is highly optimistic, and Jeff Teague knows it.
Jimmy Butler,
Great in the playoffs.
Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, AE, Book, Tyrese Haliburton. I got to pick 3 out of this list.
The best playoff performers.
Shifting gears to a different topic, but continuing the theme of high-stakes decisions, the hosts pivot to ranking best playoff performers. The list includes formidable names: Jimmy Butler, Kyrie, Jason Tatum, Luka Doncic, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, a book, Tyrese Haliburton. This segment injects a fresh perspective while keeping the intensity. It's a reminder that in the NBA, reputations are built and destroyed in the crucible of playoff performance. And this sets the stage for a discussion on who truly rises to the occasion when it matters most, which in a way, reflects on the pressures Kuminga is now putting himself under to perform.
Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, and Kyrie Irving.
ooh, Tyrese got something to say. Boy.
The initial picks for best playoff performers are strong and immediate: Jalen Brunson, Jimmy Butler, and Kyrie Irving. Oh, Tyrese got something to say. These are bold choices that immediately spark debate. Jalen Brunson's phenomenal play for the Knicks, Jimmy Butler's consistent heroics with the Heat, and Kyrie Irving's clutch moments, particularly with the Cavaliers, are undeniable. The tease about Tyrese Haliburton adds an element of anticipation, promising a deeper dive into another player who has significantly elevated his game in the postseason. This keeps the conversation dynamic and engaging, much like the unexpected turns in a player's career arc.
Tyrese got something to say. Boy. Is this like every year or just...
I'm confused. I don't know.
Nah, you can just pick however you feel. Whoever had that moment, one of the best moments.
I'm putting Tyrese on there. We'll go Jalen Brunson. And that shit Kyrie did with Cleveland, bro. I'm rolling.
And then Jimmy taking the Miami Heat team to the finals.
Shout out to Jimmy. He was balling.
That's a heavy list of clutch moments, from Haliburton's ascent to Jalen Brunson's postseason heroics for the Knicks. Kyrie Irving's go-ahead three-pointer in Game 7 of the 2016 NBA Finals remains one of the most replayed shots in league history. Jimmy Butler consistently dragging the Heat deep into the playoffs, notably to the 2023 NBA Finals as an 8th seed, certainly cements his legacy as a fierce competitor. Kuminga's path for impact looks very different right now. He's tried to establish a consistent role, whereas these players have consistently performed at an all-star level and delivered in high-pressure situations for years.
He was balling.
Yeah, Jimmy got to be up there.
Yeah, he made plays to get from
Jalen
there.
Brunson turned the Knicks up.
Yeah, he's on there.
Tyrese turned the Pacers up.
Yeah, Tyrese had one.
For that time.
I'm just saying, is it a moment or is it the whole body of work?
Oh, they're not going back.
The discussion zeroes in on the significant individual impacts that redefine a team's fortunes. Brunson's arrival in New York, after his contract with the Mavericks expired, demonstrably elevated the Knicks, pushing them to 47 wins in the 2022-23 season. Haliburton's influence in Indiana, especially after his trade from Sacramento in February 2022, dramatically reshaped the Pacers' offensive identity. Kuminga, now under a new 4-year, $102 million contract with the Timberwolves, is expected to deliver a similar catalytic effect for a team that has largely underperformed its talent. This move comes at a crucial juncture for Minnesota, aiming for its first conference finals appearance in 20 years.
They're not going back.
I'm not saying they
That-
going
that's
He
not
took
what he
Miami
asked
to the finals twice, right, Jimmy?
That's how we actually be. You
I'm not saying they going
I wasn't
back.
trying to be petty, cuz.
I'm just saying
That's not what he said, bro. He
his
just,
playoff run is one
Jimmy
for the
put-
ages.
yeah, he's had 2 playoff runs that was insane.
Yeah, I got.
But Jimmy going to the finals, especially the way they went that one time when they were in the play and doing it.
Yeah,
Butler's reputation for elevating his game in the postseason is undeniable, particularly with the Heat. He led Miami to the NBA Finals in the 2020 bubble playoffs, and again in 2023, coming out of the play-in tournament as an 8th seed. Those deep runs showcased a level of clutch performance that few players consistently achieve. While Kuminga's potential is clear, he's yet to demonstrate that sustained, high-stakes playoff brilliance over multiple series.
Pre-week 2. They turned the corner, bro.
Tyrese playoff run is fire.
It's insane, bro.
It's got to be.
It's up there, bro. He got to be in it.
You think it's better
gotta
than
be in it.
Jimmy's?
That's a bold claim, placing Tyrese Haliburton above Jimmy Butler. Haliburton averaged 28.2 points and 11.6 assists in their first-round series, a career high for him, but Butler consistently elevated his game in the conference finals. While Haliburton's playoff run with the Pacers certainly had its moments, falling short in the Eastern Conference semifinals, Butler boasts 2 NBA Finals appearances in the last 4 years. The Pacers signed Haliburton to a 5-year, $260 million maximum contract extension in July 2023, a deal that now carries increased pressure after their latest playoff exit. Kuminga, in contrast, will be looking to prove his own value under a new contract in Minnesota after declining an extension with the Warriors that summer.
Ooh. He did it in the Garden. He hit a lot of game winners.
Tyrese did some amazing shit, bro.
He did.
Did some unbelievable.
Butler got to the finals twice,
He did it twice.
which I understand the conversation as well.
That's a good one.
Tyrese Haliburton's playoff heroics, especially his 2 Eastern Conference Finals appearances in the 2024 and 2025 postseasons, have undoubtedly elevated his status. While he hasn't yet secured an NBA championship, his knack for hitting crucial shots in big moments, like the game winner against the Knicks at Madison Square Garden on December 14, 2024, is undeniable. This ability to deliver under pressure is a quality Jonathan Kuminga will need to rapidly develop as he faces the daunting task of leading a young Timberwolves team, especially after signing his 5-year $220 million extension last month. Success in Minnesota's highly competitive division will demand a similar level of clutch performance if Kuminga hopes to contend for the playoffs in the 2026-27 season.
Conversation as well.
That's a good one.
Yeah, them two. I got Tyrese and Jimmy in mind. Whoever 3. It don't matter.
Yeah, what Kyrie did.
You gotta take that.
Historic.
You gotta have that Jalen Brunson run. This playoff was crazy.
The expectation for Jonathan Kuminga is immense, especially after his recent 5-year, $165 million deal with the Timberwolves. His move to Minnesota, finalized on July 10, 2026, was driven by a desire for a larger role, something he felt was unlikely with the Warriors' existing stars. This shift will demand a complete reevaluation of his offensive game, and a consistent commitment on the defensive end, particularly given the Timberwolves' established core. With the 2026-27 NBA season kicking off in just 57 days, his integration into a team aiming for a deep playoff run is a critical storyline to watch.
Probably promised him that he was gonna start.
Yeah, for sure. Especially for that bread. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man. Shouts to A, man. We're going to see what happens this year. He going to set the tone, man. I like that. The vibe's going to be high. Two people that people thought differently of with LaMelo Ball. Kuminga going to get in there and really hoop for real, bro. And if they all buy in, that could be a scary team.
He got to buy in, though.
He got
That's who got to buy in.
Okay, speaking of decisions and finding the right fit, it really makes you wonder about the long-term thinking for these young players. Sometimes, the path to success isn't always the one that looks most obvious on paper.
Take him. I mean, I believe in Jaden McDaniels. He cold. But I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I was just saying if he had a chance to go
He
see
took a pay
NBA.
cut, but he definitely probably got a couple mil.
You gotta think he's smart as hell.
Yeah.
Nah, he's a brilliant mind.
So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Now, it's easy to judge these guys from the outside, but when you peel back the layers and consider the bigger picture, especially when it comes to financial security and making smart moves for their future, it makes you reconsider everything.
So it ain't like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he ain't
We're
one
gonna
of
make
them.
something shake.
Nah, shout out to him, man. Way to get paid. Everybody in the portal, especially the fifth-year players, get it done for sure. All right, man, my favorite segment is This a Foul? Let's get to it.
I ain't gonna lie. I wish I would have went to Harvard or Princeton.
Yeah, because it's gonna set you up.
I had the grades for it.
Shout out to Ha-Ha.
I just,
You go to Harvard or Princeton.
I just felt my
you
game
set
was
up
too
for-
But hey, you can't knock the hustle, especially when players are making decisions that set them up for life. It's a testament to understanding your worth and seizing those opportunities, no matter how unconventional they might seem.
Going over here playing.
I don't know where y'all been finding these South America G League games, but keep sending them to me. These are hilarious every time. Get us into the Pro Bowl, man. NFL said, we tired of this shit. We just gonna acknowledge y'all. Ain't no more games, man.
ain't no more games.
Yeah, ain't no
Thank
more
you.
games, bro. We
Thank
ain't
you.
wasting our time with this shit. We gonna treat it like all NBA, man.
That's fucked up.
Bro, that is real messed up.
Nah, bro, just get your pay increase, bro. Ain't nobody trying to do
Why
this
you
shit no
taking
more.
the Pro Bowl away from us, bro?
Alright, before we get into the wild world of officiating, let's talk about some other shocking news that's rocking the sports world. Because apparently, even the NFL is tired of playing games. Literally.